Kristen Redmond, and today we're going to go over the planetary aspects and energies surrounding us and affecting us this week, February 1st through the 7th. And this week we have a lot going on energetically with our moon, which represents our inner self, and Venus, which represents our love and our money and our capacity to love others and have them love us in return. Okay, it's all about giving and receiving. And that's also what the moon represents too. It is the symbolism of the divine feminine, and divine feminine represents our ability to receive. Could be receive messages through intuition, receive love, receive money, but it's also just about inner feelings, our emotions. Okay, and this week where our moon is at right now, it's like half illuminated, and what they call that is the last quarter moon. Okay, we're going right into that new moon phase, which is going to be on the 8th. And what the new moon represents is our time in the month when we can take all the stuff we don't need, all that gunk we don't want, all the things we want to change, and we put them into the new moon. Okay, and that's kind of like a little wishing pot. You write down what it is you want, or you say what it is you want, you put it in there, and then as the moon goes into that full moon phase, full moon is when we are able to receive those blessings, those changes. They don't always happen every single month, okay? And I never really say that, but I'm going to say that today. It may take a couple of cycles. It may not be this full moon, but it may be the full moon that comes into play that works good for you. Let's say you're asking for freedom from a job that you don't like, and you've put that into the new moon. Maybe you put that into the Capricorn new moon when it was the time for really planning and restructuring, and you've put resumes out there. It won't come for that next moon. What it may wait for is for this new moon, which comes on the 8th, because that's going to be in Aquarius, which is a sign all about freedom, okay? So the timing of it does have to be right, but just bear that in mind. But it will come, okay? Those blessings do come to you because it all comes down to that law of attraction, what it is that you're thinking of, feeling, okay? Keep that in mind. There's that moon again, too. Feeling that you want something to change, you are just naturally going to attract it, okay? But if you feel like crap, you're going to attract crap. I hate to tell you, but that's just the way the law of attraction works. But so, like I said, but where we're at right now, that's going to be on the 8th. That's next week when the new moon comes and all of that energy. But this week, we're not really focusing on putting those intentions out. This week, we're focusing on releasing what we don't need, okay? As we wait for that light to fade away every night in the moon. Think of it like that. It's kind of a way of just releasing the things that you don't need anymore. Specifically, unforgiveness. Okay, that's really stubborn, and what that does is that just blocks so much energy for us when we hold on to unforgiveness and bitterness. It slows us down and it stops the blessings of that new moon to come in for us. So now this week, in this last quarter moon, each couple of days, 2 to 3 days, the moon goes through a different sign, okay? And this week it's going through Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, and then it'll end in that Aquarius, like we were just saying for the new moon. But these 3 signs, think of it like this. It's the end of it represents the end of the year, right? Scorpio, Capricorn, Sagittarius. Those are like the last quarter of the year, okay? And what happens then? We're in wintertime, and everything's all yucky and snowy and disgustingly rainy and gloomy like this. And a lot of times what we want to do is we want to stay inside so we can introspect, right? And that was kind of one of the reasons why I came out here today, was it gives that energy where you just kind of want to hide away and rethink things. And that's exactly what the energy of this moon is giving us this week, is to really look in there, look at those things that have hurt us, the people that have hurt us, those words that have hurt us, the things we've said to ourselves that have hurt us and stopped our progress. And it's time to let it go and just forgive, okay? There's so much planetary energy that is around this week about acceptance, just accepting where we're at, okay? And realizing that holding on to these things isn't doing us any good, and you see where it's actually kind of working against you. So this week we have Mercury. Mercury went direct obviously last week, but now it's really rocking and rolling, and now it's really moving forward the way we need it to. So when Mercury's going on all cylinders, going forward in that sign of Capricorn, which is all about hard work, and structure and plans for the future. It's going forward on its course and it's speeding along. That means that our communications are going to be speeding along. We're going to really be able to talk this week with others about the forgiveness that we seek from them, or maybe the forgiveness they seek from us. Our thought process is going to be a lot sharper with that. So especially tomorrow, because the moon is going to be in Scorpio tomorrow, and it's a good day to make the necessary apologies for past upsets that have happened. Scorpio is a really deep sign, and it's all about the most difficult aspects of human life and human nature. So that is such an opportune time when the moon is in that sign to focus on those deep hurts, okay, and to ask for forgiveness for them. Because planetarily, the energy is behind us to really accept and forgive. And it's all because of that earth sign of Capricorn, because we're really logical about it. We just care about the future at this point. We're ready to start those structured plans, make things work. And a lot of that comes down to releasing some of the old stuff we don't need first, right? So our moon's going to be going through those phases this week as it gets towards the end, towards the 8th. I'm going to post my new moon horoscopes that I like to post for everybody. This one's really cool because we're going to have our sun in Aquarius. We're going to have our moon in Aquarius at the same time of that new moon. And that's all about freedom. If you haven't checked it out yet, I have a blog post that I did this week that represents what Aquarius is. And it's our ability to liberate ourselves from those past limitations, those past hurts, those things that free us. It's a really awesome blog post, and I'd love it if you could check it out, because where Aquarius and its ruling planet Uranus are in your chart is where it shows you when you feel stuck and you feel sad and you feel like you can't break the chains that are around you. Aquarius in your chart tells you where you can and where you can feel free. Maybe there are some limitations that you have with your health or your relationship or your work or what have you, but there's always something that you can do that makes you feel free. Check out that blog post. I'll put the link on here. But so this week it's all about healing, communication, forgiveness. Just think of that, forgiveness. That's the main thing this week. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Venus, our planet of love and money, okay, it's going to be making some interesting aspects this week. And a lot of that, what it's doing is Venus is feeling very, very restless this week. And it is wanting things to change, okay? And the cool thing is, like I was saying earlier, with that law of attraction, the conjunctions that Venus is making this week is giving a really opportune window for us to really take that law of attraction on our side, to really play with it and see how it works. Start out small, just attract something tiny. Like think of a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time and just keep putting that out there. Emanate that energy. It's all about feeling. It's like that moon. Feel that you're talking to that friend and all of a sudden they'll call. That's the law of attraction. You can add more to it all the time, especially with it being Venus here. We've got love and money. So if you're trying to attract those two things, think positive. Think that you're like a magnet and you are going to attract these things. And you know what? The law of attraction is going to work on your side and it's going to help bring those things to you. Problem is, though, we've got a lot of energy with Mars, that planet of passion that's in Scorpio. And Venus, the conjunctions that it's making this week with Pluto, which is the planet of kind of reconstruction and rebirth, it's going to really push you hard to make these changes, which means you may push that hard onto the person you're trying to start a relationship with, or you may be trying to push things quicker than they need to come, okay? Totally breaks the law of attraction. Then you're just going to attract nothing. You're going to attract more time. You're going to attract more waiting, and that's not what you want, okay? Go with the flow. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't push others too hard. Just have an air of forgiveness. Have a beautiful mindset of the things that you want, and you're going to be able to attract it in time. Let me see if there's anything else. I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, it's not a super huge week, but those are pretty important things to keep in mind. Law of attraction is always in effect. Always in effect. But this week we've just got a really good window for it. So give it a try. If it's small, start small. It's a good week for I forgot to mention this too, because the moon is going to be going into Capricorn, and in this phase of trying to release things, it's a fantastic time for looking for a new career, doing an interview. It's a fantastic time because you're focusing on moving into the future and forward planning in this structure. And so, side note there, that's a good thing too. So if you're trying to attract a new career, it's a wonderful week to put that law of attraction on your side, okay? Imagine yourself already being there. Feel that you're working that job. Feel that you're in that relationship with that person. And I'm telling you, that's how the law of attraction really works, okay? Okay, so now, let's do our reading for the week to kind of play with all those energies that we've got. I got my stone box back. Okay. I'm going to scoot over here Michael Jackson style and get my stone. Hold on. Let's see who's working with us today. Sorry, I'm just waiting for that tingle here. Okay, this one. Hold on, I want you to see how awesome this is. It's called a goldstone. Well, I guess you'll have to look in the picture. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Goldstone. This one actually isn't even a real stone. Surprisingly, this is a man-made stone. It was made by monks, actually, like 100 years ago, I think it was. They accidentally came across this by mixing copper with some other items. Sorry, I heard some unendless love that surrounds us from God, right? Like the rays of the sun that surround us, because God is like the sun. It surrounds us and fills us with lots of blessings, okay? So I think maybe what they're saying is kind of keep that in mind, like we were just talking about with that law of attraction. It really has a lot to do with that. When you think of it, beautiful thoughts are going to attract beautiful things, okay? And abundance, okay? That's another part of this goldstone too. So let's see what more they have to say with that. To do the reading, I think I'm going to shuffle 4 times because I'm thinking about Capricorn and structure, and 4 is the number for structure. So let's see what we got here. They want us to keep in mind this week with all this positive thought. It's all about balance here. This is Archangel Zadikiel. I'm also going to pull another card too, because anytime I pull an Archangel card, I know that they have another message that goes with this. Zadkiel is the angel that helps us to balance our life. It's all about cooperation and compromise, and we talked a lot about that forgiveness this week. So he is going to be the angel that helps with that. Let's see what his... this is cool. So, whoa, gee, runaway card. Runaway card. Okay. This is falling in love, beginning, or resurgence of a relationship. Okay, I think this is really awesome. Okay, obviously, a lot of that energy, because it does have to do with Venus, is about these new relationships. It is. There's a lot of, or not even just that, but changing our existing relationships, and all of that comes from this, from that forgiveness. And learning how to release those things that really don't help us both anymore. Or if you're trying to start a new relationship, you know, there's a lot of cooperation that goes in with that too. You got to kind of see both people's sides before you can successfully begin that new relationship. And this specific card, it says wait for the perfect timing. So that may also be something to keep in mind too. Remember I was telling you before about Venus and Mars trying to push you to get things going really. Now is the time to not really push it. Now is the time to just focus on waiting for that right timing, okay? Letting the chips fall as they may, okay? Because you know what? No matter what, these blessings are going to come. And remember, like I said before, it may not come in this full moon phase, if you put it into this new moon, maybe it'll come in the Aquarius new moon, or maybe it'll come in the following new moon. You just never know. But no matter what it is, if you're putting it out there and you're trying to attract that love or attract that money, attract anything in your life, you will eventually bring it in, as long as you keep feeling it and thinking it and putting out the positive intentions for getting that, okay? Because the good things are coming. Aces are all about new beginnings, okay? So new beginnings are coming for everybody, all right? So thank you for watching, and keep an eye out this week for the new moon horoscopes, and I will talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.